Hey, I don't know if I'm live yet, but hope you're doing good, everyone. I'm MsTruffles, obscure speedruns enthusiast, and I'm super happy today because I'm gonna run Simona's Requiem, which is probably my favorite speedrun so far. This is, you will probably tell by this title, it's a Metroidvania inspired by all Castlevania games, especially Simon's Quest. So you will see the inspirations in the game. I'm gonna explain all the little mechanics you will see. It's a pretty neat speedrun. So I'm just gonna clear my file and I'm gonna do the countdown for the run because it will start when I'm gonna press new game. So 3, 2, 1, go. And thanks for the good luck, everyone. So I will skip the text boxes here because we are in a speedrun, but basically the story of the game is that you are Simona, this reaper, and there is this swarm of skulls, I guess, which we don't know the name, and this is basically your boss, and your mission is to get the soul of Kingfisher, which is a king which has been possessed in a way. I would say you will see more later. And basically, this is the last chance for Simona to do a good job, or she will be punished. Basically, you can already see that for a Metroidvania, this game is pretty slow on speed. It will change later in the game, you will see, but it's definitely inspired by the old Castlevania games. So if you love those games, you will recognize a little bit of that. And also, the game is really platforming focused. You will see a lot of tight platforming sections on pretty much every dungeons in the game. And even at the beginning, actually, you will see that it can be pretty technical. Here is a NPC. We don't care about this guy, sorry, and we won't care about the village, which will come soon. You could talk to NPCs if you want, and also you have a pretty funny discussion with a cat. And you can also go at the top of the village, but it's basically useless for any person. So say hello to the NPC, you won't see them again. Bye bye. The main enemies for now you will see are zombies which dies in 3 hits and skeletons which dies in I said 3 hits for zombie, it's just 1 actually. And skeleton which dies in 3 hits. And I'm gonna use mostly aerial combos because you can still move during those combos. Like this. I'm gonna avoid this button hopefully. Thank you. Also the little yellow squares you can see on the ground, they are basically EXP. You can have level ups in this game, but it will only increase your HP maximum. By the way, say hello to Gustavo. You're supposed to talk to this guy to get the map. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna get the safety save point. So Gustavo gives you the map, but I realized that actually you don't need to talk to Gustavo to finish any percent. You don't need the map, even though later in the game you will see that there is a teleport upgrade and you're supposed to go on the map to see where you want to teleport, but I guess we don't care about this. Okay, that's the first fall. I saw this part pretty early in the run is difficult. So now I guess since I'm pretty low on health, I'm gonna have to be very careful. Especially here. And I'm not even on a good cycle. So I'm gonna take it slowly to not die. Yeah, because they can go in their shell and it will protect them. I'm gonna try to skip this one. There we go. Yeah, a lot of dangerous spike. you don't die instantly when you fall in spikes, but you get damaged and you got teleported to the closest platform you were on, basically. So this is the first dungeon, which is Crypt, and this first room was very scary for me when I started speedrunning this game. You'll see why pretty soon, just because of one simple jump. Yeah, so because I've done a little bit of killing enemies, which I don't usually do, I'm getting the level up pretty early. Yeah, these skeletons can be a problem. Usually I'm not confident with a lot of damage boost. Oh, this is a mistake I rarely do. Never mind, I'm gonna kill more enemies. Sometimes you feel confident about doing some platforming stuff, and the games tells you to calm down and stop being confident. You're being mean, enemy. So this will be up here that it will be pretty scary for seemingly no reason, because it seems like not hard platforming, but there is one specific jump which gave me so much issue, and it will be the next one here. Okay, I'm using a little setup to do it, and if, of course, because the levels are built vertically, you will have to do the entire part below over again. Yeah, I forgot to say that the red spheres are health regeneration, basically. So I'm close to the first upgrade of the game, which is double jump, which is here. And it will already make the platforming a little bit better. But this is not the best upgrade yet. I should... okay, I failed this. Little damage boost. This is one of the rare damage boosts I'm going for, at least at the beginning of the game. This part here can be tricky too, because you have to activate moving platforms like this, and you will have to carry them through like some walls like this. And those skulls enemies, which are crawling on the walls and things like this, they can be pretty annoying sometimes. And the last one especially have gave me a bit of trouble sometimes. So I'm gonna be careful here. I should be fine if I don't bonk. There we go. And this is already the last room of the first dungeon. There is one just thing, I think there is just one thing which can be a bit tricky. Yeah, this is here. I'm gonna have to do an aerial combo on this skeleton to stay on this platform. There we go. Already second level up, okay. Usually I get it on the first boss, which will come very soon. So I should explain something about the moving platform, like the one which moves vertically here. You can gain some vertical momentum, and the weird thing is that you don't need to get a precise timing when it stopped moving. You have to wait after it stopped moving, like this. I think you can see it easily. So I'm soon at the first boss of the game. You will see that it's not the hardest boss in the entire world. Okay, I did something pretty interesting. I'm not usually doing that, but that's fine. This is the easiest room in this dungeon, and we'll soon meet Death Mask, which is the first boss. By the way, volume warning, this boss can shoot laser and it will be louder than the rest of the game. So it will happen in like 5 or 10 seconds, I guess. And if you go on the right for this boss, you won't be affected by the lasers. So here it is. The only thing you have to care about is doing aerial combos, and if you're too far away from the boss, sometimes the fireballs can tank the hits. So yeah, easy boss. I have to break the orb here, famous orb, and I get the first key item, which I will need to unlock the last dungeon of the game. By the way, usually the key items where when you drop, when you break the orb, they are flying away like wherever they want. And on this room in particular, if you have bad RNG, it can go on the platform above, and it will lose you a few seconds. But if you time it and try to grab it as soon as you break the orb, it won't be an issue anymore. So now that I have double jump, I can jump here. So there will be a little bit of precise platforming. I mean, like one damage boost here, there will be 2 others next, and I will have to kill a fish pretty precisely soon. But it's pretty much a pretty chill part just before the second dungeon. So if you have something to say, if you have donations, that would be a perfect time.
Alright, thank you very much. I would like to remind everyone that Indiethon is in benefit of Little Warriors, which is a charitable organization in Canada fighting against child sexual abuse. So it is definitely an amazing cause to donate towards. We're currently sitting at $40, which is definitely a good start. And we can make that number even higher by donating towards one of the many incentives we've got. There are some amazing bid wars, including, for instance, the Name the Team or voice packs choices for the Worms World Party remastered run. But even sooner than that is the any percent out of bounds showcase for Yakuza Express, which requires $60. So if we were to complete that, that would mean that we reach $100 in total, which in itself would be really amazing. But plus, I think that goal is not too far off. So I'd be very happy to see that being reached. And remember as well that you can get quite a few amazing prizes as well if you do donate. So you can check them out on the tracker, to which you can find a link in the panels below the stream. And you can see what you fancy from there beyond making a donation towards an amazing cause. So let's keep it going, everyone, and enjoy the run.
Okay, thank you so much. This part actually was pretty clean so far. That's nice. That might be a go split for me. I have light split on my side because I'm a stat nerd and I want to keep everything. All stars I can get for my speedruns. And I saw in the chat, by the way, that the soundtrack is pretty sick, and it is actually, and you will see that the last dungeon has a very, very good soundtrack. So this is a clock tower, yeah, like your good old Castlevania games. Okay, I was just focused about this jump because it's pretty tricky. But spoiler alert, it won't be death that you will see at the end of this dungeon. I won't say what we will see as a boss, but it's not death or anything related to that. Probably, I guess, because Simona is a Reaper already, so they can be 2. And the first part of this dungeon is not too bad, I would say. The second part, though, can be pretty tricky, and you can skip actually quite a lot of platforms. It's really a dungeon I like running, compared to the third one, which is very stressful for me. You will see why in time. The only thing I hate on this first part of the dungeon is the gears, because the speed of those spinning gears it's pretty weird to get used to, and sometimes it just screw your jumps and things like that. So on the next room I will get the best upgrade in the game, at least for the speedrun, First gonna do this damage boost, one of the rare I like to do. And so this upgrade is a dash, and so now we will be able to go much faster than before. Because you can wonder that for a speedrun it's pretty slow, but now I can spam the dash as much as I want. I mean, at least on the ground. In the air it's different. And it will also extend your jumps like this. And it will also allow me to do some pretty funny stuff later in the run. Especially on one boss. But now I'm gonna take this elevator and you will welcome the second part of the dungeon, which is not as easy as the first one, simply for one thing. Those blocks here, which I really dislike, the timing for them is just perfect for being obnoxious to deal with, basically. Like here, okay, I missed it. Also, I hope I won't be trolled here. There we go. Okay, nice. Welcome the flying skull, I guess. I don't know what this enemy is, but it's basically your Medusa head-like enemy. Not as annoying as Medusa heads in Castlevania games, but can still be annoying in very few spots. This is the last room. You can do some very cool skips, but I will need to focus for that. There we go. I almost fell. That was scary. Here is the second boss, which is Time Lord. And this one is a bit more stressful than the first one. First, what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I could move, I'm gonna dash and jump. Hopefully I did it right. There we go. So this boss basically, if you fall from the platforms, you have to do the boss all over again. So it's very scary. And now it's the second part, and you will see a little weird robot, whatever, which will also shoot lasers. But so far it's going good. I think I should do one more combo. Oh, okay, just one more hit. There we go. I swear this boss can be a problem sometimes. But there we go. Also, funny little... I was about to say Easter eggs, but it's actually an achievement in the game. On this boss, if you fail, I think 3 times in one sitting, you will have a pretty funny sentence from Simona. I'm not gonna say what it is exactly, but it's basically a Marvel reference. I'm not even a Marvel fan, but I actually recognize this reference, and it was very funny. So if you want to see what it is, I guess try the game. I don't want to spoil it. So this part here can be a bit tricky. There is a lot of annoying enemies like the frogs, the slimes, things like that. So far it's going pretty good. And you also saw those orbs flying, levitating I mean. If you hit them, you're gonna get additional jumps like this basically, which is needed here. This jump here is pretty tricky. Okay, gonna go with the plan B. On practice I had to do that a lot, just saving my jumps with dashes. As I said, it's a pretty tricky part. I hope I won't need... okay, don't need the orb. I will need it here though. That was a pretty bad timing for the bat. Yeah, I wasn't lucky at all. If you get it in the air and... my god, the frogs are so annoying. Come on game, thank you! Yeah, when you got it in the air, you're gonna be stuck in place basically. You can't move to the left or the right. Soon will come a mini boss. I don't even know what its name. Basically, you just have to hit it as most as you can and avoid being in it because if you're in the sprite of this boss, most of the time you won't be able to do some hits. But there you go. And you saw some bombs dropping from the sky here. If you wonder who shot that, it's him here with his cannon Betsy. And he's completely oblivious that he was trying to shoot you. So here is a very long fall, and this is a perfect time if you have donations or some things to say, because it's very, very long. This is a calm before the storm.
Well, you've got perfect timing here because I did want to bring your attention to a donation that arrived a few minutes ago. Now, just as a little pre-word about it, it does seem like that donation was initially meant to be for the Frogan run, but it seems like it got stuck in the system and only arrived now. However, I still think that what it says applies to this run as well, because it is a $50 donations from Moligato, with the comment saying, "I'm having a blast watching this run. Keep it up with the great speedrunning event and contributing to a good cause." And with those $50, 10 of them went originally towards a brutal boss rush, which was for the previous Froggen run, which did eventually did happen. And we've got 40 of these other dollars, which went towards the special warm area incentive, which, if I'm not mistaken, is for the Spelunky series run, which is later tonight. So that means we are currently at $40 out of 80 required for this incentive, so that's definitely great progress. So even if we're late with that one, thank you very much for your donation. And yeah, let's keep it going, everyone. We're getting close to the 100. That's amazing.
Nice. So here you saw a room that doesn't look like a very difficult room, but I swear it's a huge problem for this run. You have those flying crystals that are aiming toward you, and they are very tanky as well. And there is one specific part where you have to kill one of those crystals, and if you don't do it fast enough, you will be surrounded with all the flying crystals at the same time, and it will at best be a major time loss or death. And also the little green zombies, I will call them, they can be also a little bit troublesome sometimes. So here we are in the last dungeon before the Castle of Kingfisher, which is a complex, and you will see a lot of difficult platforming here. The first room actually, which I've done, is very scary because if you do one mistake and you fall, you have to do the entire thing all over again. This one is a little bit better, but sometimes, like here, those jumps on those orbs, when you hit them, it makes you jumps, I mean. Sometimes it doesn't work as you would like to. There we go. Sometimes you don't grab the platform, sometimes you just hitting it. So yeah. This dungeon in terms of platforming is probably the hardest one. But soon we'll grab the last upgrade. I just have to do this room here with a lot of enemies. This room is much easier than the two previous ones. There's only the cycle I need to grab below. I hope I'm gonna get it. There we go. So next, oh, I've almost jumped too early. Next upgrade I'm gonna get is a teleport one. Basically, when you go in the underworld, which is this part of the game, you can't go back to the rest of the game. If you want to go back to the rest of the game, you need to get the teleport upgrade, and it will allow you to teleport to any sign in the game, like this one. I'm using the teleport here to access the second part of the dungeon. It's only this room, and it's a big problem. I swear there are lasers, moving platforms like this, Medusa heads which are way more troublesome than before, and a lot of very tricky jumps. So I hope the Medusa head didn't spawn here. Okay. Well, I'm taking this. There's just one last jump here, which I fear most of the time. There we go. Okay, that was weird. I didn't aim to hit this enemy. Yeah, that was a big... that was a big mistake. I don't know why I waited here. Probably because I'm so scared about this level. There we go. So when you will play this game casually or maybe speedrun this game for the first time, you will have some troubles on this level. Also, here I'm gonna have to use one Medusa head. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait this one. Hit it, and there we go. You have to hit this flying enemy if you want to make this jump. So here is False Custodian, the third boss. And here I'm gonna do a very precise sequence of hits. You will see why. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have to be careful about the daggers because they can block my hit sometimes, like a shield. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm following her. 1, 2, 3, and then I double jump 1, 2, 3, and only one hit remaining. There we go, perfect boss fight. With flex, but okay, yeah. The dialogues are definitely something. So why did I do this sequence of hits? When the screen is shaking, like you saw probably during the fight, just before the second phase, you can't move anymore. You have to wait, it's basically a cutscene, but if you jump before the screen shake, and you will be able to do one last combo. Here I'm gonna teleport to the forest because it's the closest path to the last area of the game. Wish me luck, Gustavo. Since we now have all the key items that we need, I'm gonna be able to teleport to the last area of the game. I'm letting this little cutscene because it's cool. I only have to do this room here, which is pretty simple, and then you will see the last dungeon of the game, which is the Castle of the Kingfisher, with around you probably the best music in the game. I say it every time I'm running this game, but I love this music at the entrance of the castle. So here there will be a lot of damage boost on those goats enemies. This is also a pretty scary part. Even though I'm doing better on this part now. Oh, that's an unnecessary hit, so I don't like that. Okay, at least I'm not gonna take 2 hits here. It happens pretty rarely. I'm just gonna kill this goat here. And here, I'm sorry if you can't see it pretty easily. This part is a bit weird. There will be a little bit of platforming. You will have to be careful about the cycles of those flying devil's enemies. That was good. Didn't even need it to kill this one. Nice save, okay. And there we go, the hard part of the dungeon is done. By the way, here is a fall, and I have to say that this fall here is a point of no return. You can't go back to the rest of the game anymore. I'm saying you this in case you want to try this game casually after seeing it on this marathon, but Here you can't go back to the rest of the game. So if you miss upgrades and epitaphs which are needed for the 100% of the game, uh, just don't cross this fall before doing all of this. Yeah, because I forgot to mention something. I didn't collected every upgrades so far. There is only one that I missed intentionally. Okay, that was a bad damage boost. Okay, twice. Better. I skipped the fire aspect upgrade because it's optional and you have to do a detour for that. Basically, it will just increase your damages. Of course, it will be better for boss fights especially, but it will take too much time for the run. Oh, okay. That's the first time it happens for me. So here is one of the two. What I did that? Okay, undo the split. One of the two last boss of the game. This is the Kingfisher, which looks like basically your traditional Dracula fight, like this. And here the goal is to do something that you're not supposed to do. Is basically unreachable in the air, but we can chase it by doing some dashes, and if you do it early, you will be able to actually hit Kingfisher in the air. And it will also allows you to have more hits on the ground sometimes. But it's pretty tricky to do, to be honest. The best I got in one cycle in the air is 3 hits and 5 hits on the ground. Especially with a new discovery. I'm taking a lot of hits here. Because after the ground attack, after the shockwave is gone and just before it teleports again, you can actually hit him again. And that's something that Uchida discovered. Is not even running the game so far, but he's actually discovered that, and it's a very cool thing. So shoutouts to him. I will talk about Uchida another time soon, because he also discovered another thing on the next boss, which will come just after that. So far the boss is going okay in terms of speed, but in terms of heals it can be a bit tricky right now. So I'm gonna have to be a bit careful, okay, which I didn't do here. I think I have at least 2 hits remaining. Okay, 3 hits on this cycle, that's great. I'm gonna go only for 1 here, I guess. When I get this glitch animation in the air, that's a great sign. Usually it means that I'm gonna be able to do a lot of hits on the ground. And 1 hit remaining. There we go. Pretty solid fight. So now is the last boss of the game, which is... I call it Earth of Darkness because it's named after an achievement. It's this very big thing. And this boss is very tricky. Because there are oranges, there are some very tight timing you need to get. Okay, that's bad RNG. When it moves like this after 1 cycle, that's pretty bad. Basically, what I need to do is trigger is ground attack animation on the first phase by going toward him. Okay, I'm gonna get 8 hits here, which is very good. But the best you can get is doing 3 hits, 3 hits and 4 hits. But so far I'm getting pretty good RNG actually. Okay, this is the second part attack. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 1 last good RNG, and that will be an amazing fight actually. Probably the best I ever got, even without any 10 hits combo. So please be nice. There we go. Wow. That was super good. So this is the end of the game. So basically now you are in the Kingfisher mine, I guess. It's total mind, and you're trying to find him in this maze to help him. This is a pretty weird last part. You don't have to kill any enemies. Don't have to worry about uh, losing any health. Just worried about getting fast, basically. So I'm just gonna do that. It will be the end pretty quickly after that. Okay, that was a good dash. I like to get it. And I'm struggling a little bit. I'm gonna go here on the left because not only it's shorter, but it's also much safer. Okay, I don't like the jump usually, but I did it well. So I'm gonna destroy the hurt here, and time will come when I'm gonna talk to the Kingfisher. So be prepared in few seconds. I dodged here again. Time. Okay.
GG's.
Okay. Just very quickly. So yesterday when I practiced this run, I actually got a world record, which was 35:26, 35:25, and now here I'm seeing on live split 34:53. So not only it's a big new world record, but it's also the first sub 35 ever. This is
Did you
unbelievable.
say? Did you say first sub 35?
Yes, first sub 35 ever, actually. So
Wow.
that might be 34 52 actually, like Kido says in the chat. So yeah, I couldn't even dream about a better thing. The end game was very good. The last boss was like super cooperative, like if it was never before. I'm not gonna uh, debrief the entire run, don't worry. So here to explain what is happening during this ending cutscene, um, Simona, sorry, is talking to the Kingfisher, which actually expressed some regrets about what he has done, like being possessed by this power which he couldn't control at all. So Simona, when she sees the regrets of the Kingfisher, which has not done a good job about managing his kingdom, instead of killing him and take his soul, will spare him, and that's a happy, good ending for Kingfisher, actually. But if you remember at the beginning of the game, there is this weird being, your boss, and it was really not happy about Simona's work, and she will meet the boss again and say that Kingfisher just flew away. So too bad. But Kingfisher, not Kingfisher, the boss will give Simona another chance. So maybe we will have a new game, and we will see what mission Simona will have. By the way, we will soon see a castle collapsing again. That's Castlevania thing. Just few last things because I just realized that I'm a bit long. Just very few shoutouts to all people supporting me in this speedrunning adventure. My girlfriend, all my community, my RL friends, my brother too. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and it's really motivates me to do more, especially marathon like this. And thank you, Indiethon staff, for making this run possible. I would love to see more runners to this game and see this game growing in terms of speedrunning. If you want to learn more about the game and the run, you can reach me on my streams at twitch.tv/MsTruffles. You will also see a lot of other obscure speedruns. And also on SRC, I would love to see this community grow. So yeah, amazing ending for this run. And I'm so happy for being here. Thank you for having me. Keep donating. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, and good luck to the other runners. Bye.
Thank you very much, and congratulations for this amazing run. We hope you've enjoyed the show, everyone. I will be right back very soon to keep this amazing action going. with Hades right after this short intermission. So let's go, everyone.